Are you looking for a trading strategy with high win rate? Stay with me. In this video, I want to combine 3 exponential moving averages with 2 CCIs with special settings that work like magic. You need to follow this trading strategy step by step based on my explanation so you can successfully and profitably run this trading strategy in practice. Before we start, if you like my contents, please support the channel by liking the video and subscribing to my channel if you haven't subscribed yet. Alright, as I said, we're gonna add 3 EMAs and 2 CCIs. Even if you're on the free version of TradingView, no worries, because I will teach you how you can have these 5 indicators on your chart. First, let's add the CCIs. Here we click on indicators and we search multiple CCI. This one, which is written by Ricardo Santos. When you add this indicator, 7 CCIs are added to the chart, but we need 2 CCIs and we should give them the settings that we need in our trading strategy. So here we go to the settings of the indicator to adjust the settings based on our trading strategy. First, here in the style tab, we remove the CCIs that we don't need. So now we have 2 CCIs, CCI1 and CCI2. Then we go to the inputs tab, and for CCI1 the length should be at 21, and for CCI2 the length should be at 89. And then we go to the style tab, and for the CCI1 we change the color to gray, and for the CCI2 we change the color to yellow. We also increase the thickness of the lines so we can easily track them on the chart. And then here for the center line, we change the color to white. We don't change anything else here, and we are done with the settings of the 2 CCIs. Now we need to add 3 exponential moving averages. So here again we click on indicators and we search ribbon, this one, moving average ribbon, which is a built-in indicator on TradingView platform. When you add this indicator, 4 moving averages are added to the chart, but we need 3 moving averages, and they should be exponential moving averages with the settings that we need. So we go to the settings of the ribbon, and here in the inputs tab, and first we remove one of them because we only need 3 moving averages and they should be exponential moving averages. So here we set EMA for them. Then for the first EMA, for the length, we set it at 21. For the second EMA, we set the length at 34. And for the third EMA, we set the length at 89. Then for the first EMA, we set the color to white. For the second EMA, the color should be orange. And for the third EMA, we set the color to green. And finally, we go to the style tab and we increase the thickness of the lines so we can easily see and track them on the price chart. Alright, we're done with adding the indicators and adjusting the settings. And now let me teach you how, by the help of these indicators, we can find accurate trading opportunities in the market. But before that, I'm happy to inform that I have published a book, The Art of Price Action Trading, which is a comprehensive guide to price action analysis. The link is in the description and you can get it later if you want to master price action trading. Alright, so these are the indicators that we added to the chart with the special settings that we made, and now we want to find buy sell signals based on this. It is very easy and you just need to follow my explanation step by step so you can find accurate buy sell signals. Let me show how we do it. If you remember, this green line here is an EMA with length of 89. This orange line is an EMA with length of 34, and this white line here is an EMA with length of 21. And then here we have this yellow line, which is a CCI with length of 89, and we have this gray line here, which is a CCI with length of 21. We're going to use this green EMA for trend identification, orange and white EMAs for momentum identification, and we're going to use the 2 CCI lines for identifying trade entry. Let me show how you can find buy-sell signals based on these indicators. In the first step, our focus is on the green line. We are looking for the times that the price crosses the green line and goes below the green line or above the green line. For example, here you can see that the price from above the green line crossed the green line and went below the green line. This is a short position setup. Later, I will teach you a long position setup. So here you can see that the price crossed below the green line and went below the green line. This is an initial signal that probably a reversal is happening in the market, but this is not enough and we definitely need more confirmation to decrease our risk. In the next step, we want both of the orange line and white line also below the green line. Here, when the price went below the green line, you can see that it didn't happen. The white line and the orange line didn't go below the green line. But here, from here, when these candles are closed, you can see that the price is below the green line and the white line and the orange line are also below the green line. And the white line is also below the orange line. And this shows that we have greater downside momentum in a shorter term perspective. Alright, now that we have all these conditions, in the next step, our focus is on the two CCI lines. First of all, the yellow CCI should be below the center line. The yellow CCI is the one with length of 89, and when this is also below the center line, this also confirms that a downtrend is probably forming on the chart. Until now, we have different signals that a downtrend is probably forming. The price went below the green line, the orange line and the white line also went below the green line, and the white line is also below the orange line. That shows that the short-term momentum is also confirming the downtrend. And here, the yellow CCI is also below the center line, which further confirms the probability for downtrend. Now, in the next step, we want to find a low-risk trading opportunity, and we're going to use this gray CCI line for this purpose. After having all the conditions that I explained, we wait for the gray CCI to go above the center line and reach the red zone. When we have this situation, it shows overbought in a short-term perspective. This overbought is happening while we have other signals that shows that the current trend is probably down. So here we have a high probability that the price was in a pullback and there is high potential for reversing of the price and further decline of the price to lower levels. We wait for the gray line to cross back below the yellow line. When this happened and the gray line is already closed below the yellow line, which happened here when this candle is closed, the sell signal is confirmed, and in practice we could enter a short position at this point with the stop loss above the orange line or above the pullback if it is higher than the orange line. So in case if the price was above the orange line, we would place our stop loss above the pullback. And for the profit target at risk to reward ratio of 2, and you can see that it was a profitable trade where the price declined down to this point and providing a profitable trade. This was a short position setup, and now let me teach you a long position setup. Alright, for a long position setup, we are looking for the times that the price crosses the green line and goes above the green line. And after that, we want the white line and the orange line also above the green line, and the white line should be above the orange line. This situation shows that probably an uptrend is forming, and the short-term momentum is also confirming this. So from short-term perspective and longer-term perspective, we have probability that a reversal is forming here. In the next step, the yellow CCI line should also be above the center line. This further confirms that we are probably in an uptrend. Now we want to find a low-risk trading opportunity, and we focus on the gray line. We wait for the gray line to go below the center line and reach the green zone. You can see that it didn't happen here, and then we have it in the green zone here. This situation shows oversold, and this oversold is happening when we have signals that probably we are in an uptrend. So probably we are in a pullback and the price is ready to turn and advance after that. Now we should wait for a signal that shows end of the pullback. We should wait for the gray line to cross back above the yellow line. You can see that it happened here where the gray line is already closed above the yellow line when this candle was closed. So here the buy signal is confirmed, and in practice we could enter a long position at this point with the stop loss below the orange line or below the pullback if it is lower than the orange line. In this example, we can even set it below the green line because it is not far from our trade entry. Actually, this is the safest level, and for the profit target we set it at risk to reward ratio of 2, and you can see that this trade was also a profitable trade. Let me show more examples so you completely understand. Alright, here you can see that the price went below the green line, and after that the orange line and white line also below the green line. And then here in CCI, you can see that the yellow CCI is also below the center line. So until now we have different signals that a downtrend is probably forming, and now we should wait for a good opportunity to enter a trade. We wait for the gray line to go above the center line and reach the red zone. This shows short-term overbought, while we have signals that the current trend is down. So there is high probability that the price will turn and decline to lower levels. We wait for the gray line to cross back below the yellow line. You can see that it happened here. The gray line is already closed below the yellow line when this candle was closed. So the sell signal here is confirmed, and in practice we could enter a short position at this point with the stop loss above the pullback and profit target at risk to reward ratio of 2. Following the downtrend, you can see that here we have signals of an uptrend. You can see that the price went above the green line, and after that the orange line and white line are also above the green line. And when we check yellow CCI, we can see that the yellow CCI line is also above the center line. So we have different signals that an uptrend is probably forming on the chart, and now we should find a good trading opportunity to enter a trade. We wait for the gray line to go below the center line and reach the green zone. You can see that it happened here, but after that no crossing above the yellow line, and again reaching to green zone here, and again after that no crossing above the yellow line, and again you can see that it went to green zone, and here after that the gray line is closed back above the yellow line. The strength of this trading strategy is that you get confirmed signal when there is really a momentum in the market. For example, here you can see that the price was in a trading range and we didn't get any entry confirmation. The confirmation for buy signal happened here, so in practice we would enter a long position at this point, and you can see that this trade was also a profitable trade where the price advanced up to this point. Please pay attention that although this trading strategy is very accurate and help you find low risk trading opportunities, but this doesn't mean you will not encounter false signals. No, you will have false signals, and you need to manage your risk properly. Otherwise, you will lose your trading account sooner or later. There is a risk management strategy that is called 1% rule that helps you to minimize your risk and manage your losing positions properly. I have a complete guide on this. The link is also placed in the description, and make sure you watch it later, because without a risk management you will be definitely out of the game. Alright, that's it. Thank you for watching this video. If you have any questions, feel free to ask and leave a comment for me. I'll answer your questions as soon as possible. If you haven't subscribed to my channel, please subscribe and hit the bell so you get the notifications of my new videos. See you guys in next video, and good luck with your trading.